we're looking to do a business acquisition, or if you're looking to just start a franchise, or if you're looking to just start a mom and pop, you have your own business that you want to start and grow. Well, now if we're looking for north of 200,000, it's better that we go into an SBA 7A loan into that space. However, what are we going to be looking for there? Well, just to get the ball rolling, guys, what I'm going to need from you is I'm going to need your personal tax returns. If you're looking to acquire an existing business, I'm going to need 3 years business tax returns, a year-to-date P&L statement, any debt, we need a debt statement, basically your personal financial statement, your resume, and a business plan, a mini business plan, just to get the ball rolling, something that I can use to present your case to my bank partners, and I can help you get approved, at least to get started to get approved. Okay. Now, with an SBA 7A loan, they're also going to be looking for at least a 10% deposit on the loan minimum. Okay. And they're going to be looking for at least 20% what they call post-closing liquidity. Post-closing liquidity is cash reserves that you're going to have in your bank account that you're not going to touch for a certain amount of time, usually 6 to 12 months. So what we're looking at here is about 30% cash on hand. Now, if that's all you have, if all you have is 30% cash on hand, and that's going to basically wipe you out, you have nothing else, it's going to be very difficult. The bank doesn't want to fund you and use that deposit and have that post-closing liquidity tied up, and you have no other money to work with. So, it has to be something where you're comfortable. So keep that in mind. If you're thinking about $300,000, $500,000, $1 million loan, well, can you comfortably come up with 10 to 30% minimum? Because depending on your industry, they may request more. They might request 20% down and 30% cash reserves or 40% cash reserves. Again, it's on a case by case. This is why I work with over 12 SBA banks as an authorized agent, because each bank is different. So you guys understand, SBA is the Small Business Administration, and that's basically the government. And they are backing up the banks and basically refunding them on a normal basis. It's up to 75% of the loan, but with the CARES Act, they were getting up to 90% refunded by the government. But up front, the bank is the one who does the underwriting, and the bank is the one who is funding. So if you're a startup and you go to some of the bigger, more popular banks, in most cases, they're not funding startups. They're just going to tell you, no, come back after 2 years, business tax returns. But guys, I have 12 different banks that are funding startups. And the reason I work with 12 of them is because some of them don't want to do anything less than 500,000. Some of them don't want to do anything over 300,000. They want to stay between 150 to 300. Some of them don't want to touch certain industries, such as restaurants. But I funded a restaurant 500,000 as a startup just this month. So each bank is different. The problem is, if you're speaking to the wrong bank, you're wasting your time. Number one, you're going to get an inquiry put on your credit. Number two, and you're going to get let down. And in a lot of cases, a lot of people just give up. A lot of people's dreams die in the parking lot of banks. Okay, don't let that happen. If you contact me, I'll make sure we find the right bank that's going to fund your deal if it's possible. And again, listen, guys, I can't promise you that you're going to get funded. There's a lot of variables that go into play to get approved for funding. There's a lot of different, again, banks and criteria that has to come into play. But minimum, what I'll be able to do is, in a very short window of time, based on my relationships and resources, is be able to tell you very quickly, yes or no, within probably 3 to 4 days, if in fact we have a really good chance of proceeding and getting approved for your SBA 7A loan. Okay, now that doesn't mean you're approved. It just means we have a head nod from one of my bank partners, and they're saying, yes, let's go ahead and have the client apply. Now you have to submit the remaining documents and application and go through their underwriting, and that could take another 2 to 3 weeks minimum. It could take a month or two in some cases. So it just depends. And of course, at that point, there's going to be very detailed scrutiny. So anything that you don't disclose is going to come up. If you have a bankruptcy that you didn't disclose from 15 years ago, it's going to come up. If you have any UCC filings on your business, it's going to come up. If you have any tax liens, judgments, if you have any debt that you didn't disclose, it's going to come up. So it's very important that in the very beginning you disclose to me all of the details so that I can create a profile that is honest and true and attractive as possible to present your case to my bank partners. At that point, like I said, within 2 to 4 days, I'll have us get a positive yes or no response. And that tells us that we should either move on to look for another bank, or we should move ahead and get started with their application and begin the SBA 7A process. So with that said, guys, don't waste your time. Just, contact me. Let me help you. There's no obligation or commitment. No upfront fees for me to support you on that. In most cases, I try to waive any packaging fees unless you really need me to put it together and package it for you. And then in that case, we'll negotiate that. But in most cases, I'm going to waive the packaging fee if I can connect you to the bank and you can submit directly to the bank yourself. You're going to be working with the bank as well as myself as a liaison and your support to complete the process. So ultimately, guys, anywhere from up to $5 million on 10-year terms and 6% interest right now, that can change, is what you're looking at for an SBA 7A loan. For equipment financing, that's a whole nother gambit. We'll talk more about that later. Back to the credit cards and personal term loans, that could be anywhere from 7 up to 20%, as well as 0% interest promotion for 12 months. And so please, if you have any questions, reach out. If you like this video, if it was of value to you, please make sure you like, please share and subscribe. Make comments below. I'm here to help. I look forward to speaking to you. I look forward to reading your comments, and look out for more content because I'm going to be putting out very specific videos talking about very specific industries and very specific loan types that you can tap into. All right, so I look forward to it, guys. Thank you for watching, and make it a great day. God bless you.